Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another exciting episode of This Is Our Life. Well, never buy grass from the Easter Bunny. I was trying to buy marijuana, and this is what the Easter Bunny gives me. I paid him $300 for this. Anyway, so I didn't know what to make a video about until our daughter said, why don't you make one about how her mommy and her daddy met? We're both eating queso. Although she has a bowl, I have a bowl. See what she got today at Friendly's? Friendly's, is, for those who don't know, is a restaurant.
Similar to a Denny's, or what?
Yeah, but it's like a regional, I guess you'd say, chain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a northeastern place.
Yeah. If you're familiar with Jim's, I know there's Jim's in San Antonio. I don't know if there are any outside of San Antonio, but that's the closest thing I could think of. How did we meet? Well, I was homeless. I was prostituting myself, and Carolyn drove up and she said, how much? And I said, I'll do anything for $5. And no, that's not how we met. that's bad. Sorry, I got queso on my right there. I'll tell you what, we were both in a really bad place in more ways than one. And then we got up here, and initially we were in a pretty bad place too. But
well, that was because of some Cucamonga.
Yeah. But anyway, we were.
He was a good hard whack upside the head.
Yeah. There's a website, they changed the name of it.
And ruined it.
Yeah, and ruined it. It used to be called
.com.
Yeah. MyYearbook.com.
Now what is it?
I think it's called Meet Me.
MeetMe.com.
Yeah. And we were both on there. I'm not sure how much she wants me to say about.
Well, we'll say it.
Well, she was. Her son had passed away just over a year before that, and his name was Cooper. He was a really cute little boy. Well, he was a teenager, but he always, all the pictures I see, he's smiling. He had autism. And was legally blind. But when he got dressed up in a suit, he seemed to really like that.
That was his first Easter suit. Boy, he really enjoyed it.
Carolyn was living with somebody she had known pretty much all your life, right?
Yeah.
And his boyfriend.
But he was good at taking advantage of people.
And his boyfriend isn't too bright.
A 20-watt bulb is brighter than he is.
Now, I don't know if he likes him because he's not bright or what, but...
Yeah, I think that's why, because he can take advantage of him.
Oh, okay. If you don't mind, I'm going to take a bite of this stuff, because I don't want it to cool off. And I was living in... our daughter may or may not know this town. It's actually probably wouldn't know the town. You might know Stephenville, but that's not where I was at. I was in De Leon, which is like south or southwest of, I guess southwest of Stephenville. The couple that I was staying with, the female part of that couple, she and I had gone to high school together back in the 70s and early 80s. When I started high school in like 78 or 79. And I graduated in 83. My
Prior
wife.
to that, you were in San Antonio.
Yeah, prior to that, I was in San Antonio from 86, 1980. I was in San Antonio a long time. It was definitely time to get out of that town.
That bad?
Yeah. San Antonio is very third world in my book. And I'm from the third world, so I know what I'm talking about. But you know, they all, the people in De Leon offered to let me stay with them. And initially, I don't remember how much they said it was going to be, but like $50 a month or something. I don't remember exactly. And then they went up on the rent, and then they went up on it again, and I'm like, I'm sleeping in a room. I have a bedroom. I don't have anything but my computer and some clothes. All my stuff is in the storage shed. And then the day, or Carolyn, guess what day she arrived? April Fool's Day!
And the Ruby Ray was not very spacious. It was...
No, it wasn't.
You were tightly crammed in.
And anyway, so we were both living in situations that weren't good. We both needed like major change, and we both needed each other. I mean, that is like, I don't know how you say, we needed each other. We needed what each other had to offer. You know, everything about her I want and need in my life. And so she drives from Springfield, right?
Mm-hmm.
From Springfield, Illinois. How many days did it take you?
Well, I drove from Springfield, Illinois to Fort Smith, Arkansas, which is basically the Oklahoma-Arkansas border. Stopped there, slept for the night, and then from Fort Smith into De Leon, Texas.
So
Got there, I guess, about 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
About 2 days?
Yeah.
That's pretty fast, sweetie. So, 2 days drive from Illinois to Texas. Of course, that's north-south, I mean.
Kind of diagonal.
Yeah. How long were we there together? 3 days? 2 days? 4 days?
Probably about 2.5 to 3.
2.5 to 3 days.
I got there on Friday afternoon, kind of late, and we left on Sunday.
And we were doing a lot of sorting through stuff. What can we pack in the car? Because all we have is the car that's out there. It's a Saturn Ion, 4-door Saturn Ion, white, so it blends in with the snow up here.
Definitely not big enough to pull a trailer or anything, so that's what we had.
Yeah, and so we left a lot of stuff in Texas, because there was stuff she took out of her car that she had brought with her. And some of my stuff and some of her stuff were taken by those people.
Yeah.
And we were paying rent for that storage shed. So
it's pretty low when you have nerve enough to take a bottle of hand lotion.
Yeah. You know, and that's all I had left because I had that fire. You know, whatever I was able.
You were in a rough situation.
Yeah. Whatever I was able to salvage out of my mother's house, because my mother's house was nasty, just gross.
Didn't they take a table with it?
No, we have the table.
No, I thought it was something else. Some other table that they took.
They may have. I think they took one of those brass tables. It's a round brass table about like that.
Oh.
You have to understand, I've lived all over the world, so, you know, my parents collected things, I collected things, we all collected stuff, and but who knows what my mother has Alzheimer's. In the last few days, I've had this feeling that she's going to die or she died. I think if she would have died, that I would have heard, but
Well,
I mean,
I would hope so.
yeah, we would hope so, but you never know. She does. I mean, when we went down there to get our stuff, we took the bus to San Antonio.
Oh,
That was a
don't ever do that unless you're really desperate.
that bus trip was something else.
Enough to make you go nuts.
Yeah, if it would have been okay, I think, if we could have just slept through the night. But
Yeah, right.
they're stopping, there are all these stops, and they get up and announce it. Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, that one night we could have slept. It was raining, and the windshield wipers were nice and squeaky every time they. I'm like,
Yeah, it was an experience. Now, we got to San Antonio, at least I got to take her to this one restaurant, Lula's.
Well, we barely found it.
Yeah, we almost missed it because I didn't see the sign. Carolyn, Mommy,
Well,
saw
it's kind
the
of a
sign.
faded out piece of paper what the sign was.
Yeah,
They barely read.
they had moved like a block down. But you got to have a puffy taco and a gordita. And that was good. And I had puffy tacos. Oh gosh, Mexican food. The one thing my friend on death row that he says that he misses too is good Mexican food. He's going to make enchiladas. He has one of his buddies on death row is having a birthday coming up, and he said they're going to make prison enchiladas. He says, I don't know what you put in prison
How in the hell
enchiladas.
you make that? I don't know, but
Yeah, probably stuff they get in the commissary, and they kind of throw stuff together, I guess.
barbecued rat.
Yeah, but anyway,
Not.
Anyway,
But you might catch a rat.
so we drove from we got to San Antonio. We went to the Alamo, we went to Lula's, not Lulu's, but Lula's.
Lula.
Yeah, because there's a Lulu's also, but
And Lulu is a real Lulu.
yeah, but Lulu's is, if I remember correctly, it's like chicken fried steak. But anyway, and we got the truck, and I showed Mommy the apartment complex.
It looked ancient.
Yeah,
I would say.
it's
I guess that's what you could call it.
yeah. I mean,
Surprised it hasn't burnt to the ground.
if you go to
It doesn't look too healthy.
apartmentratings.com and look in Santa Fe Place Apartments in San Antonio on Fredericksburg Road, it has like a 30-something%. And Curtis, one of the managers or the co-manager or assistant manager, whatever he is, he gets in there and he puts stuff up, and you can tell when it's him because of the things he says, the way he says things. He puts false ads up, and sometimes he's not even smart enough to give it a good rating. He'll give a good review, but he'll give poor rating. I'm like, uh-huh. But anyway, so we drove from San Antonio to De Leon, and we went through the hill country, went through Fredericksburg.
Seen plenty of deer.
Yeah, lots of deer, whitetail.
At least they didn't run out in front of us. They just kind of looked at us like,
Tried to show her the Enchanted Rock, but it was dark. So she got to see a lot of Texas, but at night. So I guess she didn't really get to see a lot of Texas. Because what she got to see, she had already seen from De Leon into and out of De Leon. And we drove through, drove that Penske truck through Dallas. I almost hit somebody, almost sideswiped somebody.
well, they don't seem to have brains enough to get out of the way,
Yeah,
Something big as that, you should know. Get the hell out of the way.
Yeah. I mean, to me, driving in Dallas would be like driving in Houston, maybe. I mean, that's the only thing I could associate it with. Although Dallas may actually have better.
It seemed like we were never going to run out of Dallas.
Yeah, it seemed like we went on and
Damn.
on and on. Because you have Dallas and Arlington and Fort Worth and all those other communities, and you just go on and on and on and on.
Dallas.
Yeah.
But Dallas never stopped.
Now, the Mississippi River, when we got to the Mississippi River, that's a beautiful river. That's a huge river. Anyway, so that's how we met. You know, we met online, and we moved up here, and
that poor Penske truck.
That poor Penske truck. It wasn't in very good shape when we returned it.
Did it make it out of Texas before the motor started going?
I don't remember.
I think it made it maybe into Tennessee. Or Kentucky, maybe. I think about Kentucky. It started to
act up.
Want to die.
Yeah. And also, Little Princess, we got you 2 books and is it a DVD or a CD? I don't remember now. But we're not going to tell you what those are. We're going to send them to you next month. Can't do it this month, but next month. And they're just presents for you. So anyway, this video is going on over 16 minutes. Bye-bye.